Hey friends! Have you ever wondered what would happen if you made your own, how should I put this, silicone sculptures, and maybe, just maybe, got a little too close to copying someone else's design? Well, it is your friendly YouTube coyote here to tell you all the correct answers. Guess what? You'll make a bunch of stuffy old people very, very uncomfortable. And that's great! So I say, go for it. Now, I'm sure you're wondering where I'm going with all this. Stick tight. First, a quick disclaimer. This is not legal advice. Please do not take legal advice from coyotes unless they have a degree in law, of which I do not, or at the very least, that they can read, which is kind of debatable with this coyote. Now, this isn't some hypothetical situation. Bad dragon, yes, that bad dragon. Not to be confused with Naughty Wyvern or Nice Kobold. The manufacturer of premium premier fantasy special toys actually sued a company called Sin and Saint. Great name, by the way, for making dragon-themed silicone sculptures that were clearly copies of Bad Dragon's more popular designs. Now, certainly, I, a chaste virgin coyote of holy cloth who has never ever once seen or heard anything so scandalous in their life, would not know the first thing about these toys? But you can imagine being a lawyer on the case, I'm sure, right? Oh my god, I can picture it now. Now, I say, Your Honor, this here young horsecock, which we will be calling Exhibit 69, closely resembles that of my client to the point where it infringes upon my client's design. On this next slide here, Your Honor, is an x-ray of our hot-haired twink intern, allowing us to compare these two items side by side. I would like to call your attention to the flare and the balls and them there veins right along that cylinder. You'll see plain as day that there is no way that this here young sculpture was a mere accident. And I can attest, Your Honor, after some first-hand experience and testing myself, the exhibits are simply too similar to be a mere chance. Oh my god, this is the court drama that CBS needs to save their brand. Hey, procedural drama studios, if you're looking for a coyote to hire for work, I'm always looking for more work. Hit me up. We can make Bad Dragon versus, Sin and Saint. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, and get this. It wasn't like one toy that was copied. Apparently they had to test and examine 13 silicone fantasy ticklers, ranging from the scaled drippy dragon design to the, much more complicated cuttlefish of Cthulhu? What the heck even is that? How do you use a cuttlefish for, oh. It all makes sense now. Hold on. Handy dandy internet search time. Anyways, yeah, 13 times. And yes, Bad Dragon does have patents on many of their products. Heck, I didn't even know that you could patent such things. How does one even begin to go about doing that? Oh my god. Patent clerks must love getting a letter from Arizona with that black and red dragon stamp on it. Everybody is so excited, they're just sitting there waiting. I wonder if they fight over who gets to review it. They're like, ooh, what new toy have they come up with? What new crazy thing are they sending us? Scratch that. Apparently the clerk's office is full of prudes because our friends at Bad Dragon have had patents rejected due to, I quote, immoral or scandalous material. Wait. Can I see those applications? I mean, they got 13 of these things through. What were the ones like that weren't accepted? Ah, yes, the Mega Squirt 7000, of course. It acts in a novel way by filling the end user from end to end. I take it none of these people have actually ever been on the internet before. Now, of course, the owner of Sin and Saint protests that the defendant states that there's no ownership over dildo shapes, since there are only so many things that are both scintillating and fit you-know-where. Apparently, everyone making dildos will eventually make a dragon-shaped silicone cock. This is also known in the legal world as the Samsung defense. Now the courts, having to handle, God, imagine the judge. What if this has a jury trial? God, I'd pay to go see that. That's a jury trial. I think the most surprising thing of all this is that this is hardly the first time that something like this has happened. A maker of premium pleasure products for women got into quite the row with the New York subway system, since ads for women-centric products were explicitly banned, while similar products aimed at men remained up for all to see. I feel like we should expand more on the lawsuit itself. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring in our own legal eagle in the furry fandom themselves, Boozy Badger, to talk a little bit more about what's going on. So this case is rather unique, right? You know, we're talking about Bad Dragon versus Sensei.
It is unique in the subject matter of the claims. The claims themselves aren't unique. Copyright cases are brought every day. I am genuinely surprised we don't see more of them in the furry community, because I have walked through the dealer's den and I've seen what some of these people are selling. Like, you can't sell Disney's Robin Hood doing those things without Disney possibly getting involved. If a Disney lawyer ever walked into MFF or Anthrocon and threw the dealer's den, they'd lose their mind. But in this case, yeah, copyright lawsuits about sex toys don't drop very often.
Oh, and it gets weirder and weirder and weirder. What's a video these days without bringing up baby furs? There have been multiple problems caused by companies who should know better than to upset a bunch of people pretending to be babies. Take, for example, Rears and Little for Big, both makers of adult diapers that are, well, they look like they're designed for oversized children. And both companies trying to lay claim to the word baby fur, because apparently you can trademark baby fur. Now, this has caused many well-respected people to speak out and weigh in on the controversy with a collective, what the hell is going on? Seriously, what the actual Don't try to copyright words used by communities for decades, and also just, what the Although, unfortunately, a lot of those write-ups seem to have been taken down. So here we are. But all this pales in comparison to Pornhub, who is ready to take on the entire United States of America. See, in some states, they want to require photo IDs to use the internet. This is a phenomenally bad idea for a ton of reasons, especially when every single year you hear about another hacker group releasing another massive document containing everyone's personal information. Just imagine if everyone in your office knew exactly the kind of kinky stuff you were into. While I'm an advocate for kink positivity, I don't exactly need to have to explain what a praise kink is every time I meet a new client. But who knows? Maybe that would make the world a better place, or at least a teeny tiny bit little kinkier place. Governors and other politicians, who are always totally exactly the people you expect, well, they say that laws requiring IDs for porn will keep children off of explicit websites. Presumably because they have never been on the internet before either. Pornhub has sued to overturn laws in the past, and will soon be cutting off the whole state of Florida. Ah yes, America's dick. Florida. It's a shame we can't undergo bottom surgery and just have that whole thing removed or inverted or something. I can say that I am trans. There's a lot of times I just wish we could do a nationwide bottom surgery and just remove our Florida. Wouldn't that be nice? Ah, yes. On second thought, though, I don't think replacing Florida Man with Florida Mermaid would be a good idea either. Really what we need is incremental systemic change that starts from the bottom and populates through the entire society that is currently content to live in a bubble of misinformation as long as they're being told that the price of eggs is going down. That's all you have to tell people. Eggs are gonna go down. I mean, oh my god, no politics, unless you like porn and live in Florida, because you will lose access to Pornhub soon. And while that may be good for VPN companies and shady websites, I imagine it's going to cause quite a few issues. As for Bad Dragon, well, we will have to wait and see how it all plays out, or at least they haven't disclosed how it's going yet. But the products they were talking about were removed from the opposing company's website, so it's likely a sign. Anyways, I hope this has been fun, and I rest my case. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like. Please drop me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think of this whole case. And if you want to support my work and help me grow as a channel, please subscribe and consider checking out my Patreon. You can get a lot of cool perks like your name in the credits and so much more. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, and also, go check out my friend Boozy Badger over on Blue Sky and all their other social medias. Give them some love and tell them a certain internet coyote sent them. Anyways, lots of love, folks. Hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.